Yeah, welcome to today's micro training on machine learning workflow in Julia Run. Julia Run is one of our product offerings. Uh, uh, it helps you perform parallel computing at scale, and it also supports multi-threading and multi-processing. And you can easily process large data sets efficiently on Julia Run. So before I start with Julia Run, I'd like to make the case for parallel processing in Julia, and which would include multi-processing and also multi-threading. So, the very first task in any data analysis is simply reading in your data set, and this must be done quickly and efficiently, so that you can move on with your data manipulation, transformation, and machine learning tasks. And so across all industries, CSV format is the king when it comes to storing and sharing tabular data. So Julia offers csv.jl, which is a package that gives you the capability to load data sets really quickly, and it supports multi-threading as well. So here is I'll start with the benchmarking. We'll look at this data loading speeds of Python, R, and Julia. So the dataset that we are looking at is a real world dataset from Kaggle. So it's about 5 GB in size, and it has 350,000 rows and about 2,000 columns. So we'll look at the single threading scenario first, and then compare that with the multi-threading. So in single threading, Julia CSV takes about 80 seconds, and Python Pandas takes 126 seconds. And when it comes to R, data table is the multi-threaded library for data manipulation, and I have set the number of threads to 1, and you can read in files with the fread method. So R takes about 60 seconds. And so now I'll increase the number of, over here I have, I'm doing it in multi-threaded mode with 10 threads. So even in single threaded mode, you might have noticed that Julia is faster than Python, but R is faster than Julia in single threaded mode. So when it comes to multi-threading, Julia does the job in 8.6 seconds, and R takes about 13.6 seconds. So when it's multi-threaded, Julia is the clear winner. And nowadays, every professional grade laptop will have at least 2 or 4 cores. So you can easily run multi-threaded CSV on your laptops. And another thing to note over here is that Julia released multi-threading in July last year, and it was quickly integrated into CSV. So that, and on the other hand, R has been around for a long time, and they have been optimizing data table for over all these years. So it's also indicative of how easily you can write high performance packages in Julia. So now that you have loaded your data set, next would be to perform data transformation or data handling on your data sets. So for that, yeah, this is the benchmark that I was talking about. So in multi-threaded mode, Julia is slightly faster than Python, R. In single thread, Julia is faster than Python, but R is faster than Julia. So for your data processing and data handling, you can use the data frames package. So it offers the same functionalities that you get in Pandas. And also another advantage is that it's, even with single process and single thread, it'll be faster, and it is easily parallelizable. So in order to demonstrate that parallelism, I'll look at an Apple stock price dataset. So over here in this dataset, I have around 50 million rows and 5 columns. These are Apple stock prices with for microsecond ticks. And the prices over here are open, close, and high and low, which are OHLC prices. So if you have done multiprocessing in Python, you must have noticed that you'll have to write a lot of boilerplate code for it. But when it comes to Julia, you can seamlessly integrate Julia's parallelism with any package. So over here, I just have to start a few workers, and then I'm going to do mean normalization on it, which is a very common transformation that you do. So you have to use the at everywhere macro, define your function and set it to all of your workers. And then you can call pmap, which is a method that will uh, take care of distributing your data across multiple workers. It'll collect the results and give it back to you. So over here, each worker is normalizing the columns by mean and standard deviation, and it's doing it in place. So we don't have to return anything over here now. So so since I'm focusing on a very basic workflow, I won't go deeper into data handling or data transformation. So once you have the data in shape, you would want to do some machine learning, train a machine learning model on it. So I'd like to introduce two packages, which are online stats and parallel k-means. So online stats gives you access to models like linear regression, naive Bayes, and in parallel k-means you can uh, do clustering. So parallel k-means is, I think there's a benchmark over here. Yeah, so sklearn's parallel k-means takes 1,500 seconds, and on the same data set, Julia does the job in about 20 seconds. So that's about 100 times speed up. The sklearn does have another algorithm which is faster, but you won't get the same results as the conventional k-means. Over here, you are actually making, there's a trade-off, there's a small trade-off that you're making. So, so online stats and parallel k-means are the libraries that you should be looking at for distributed machine learning. And and then I can fit a simple linear regression model. Uh, so, uh, so I can call the fit method on with and pass the linear regression argument and the data in a zip format. So over here, you have to, so in this case, it would be 3 because we had started 3 workers. And the distributed method macro will take care of merging your results and giving back you the regression model. So now I'll go over to Julia Run and show you how it's done over there. So in Julia Run, you will have, you can either use the code editor to run your code, or you can also put up your code on GitHub and then pull it from there. So in this demo, I'll be using this code editor. So I have a bunch of CSV files on an Azure system. So these are stock prices. It's common to have sharded CSV files. So I have about 40 of them here. And in here, I'm going to start a bunch of workers, and these workers will read in the CSV files in parallel, and each worker is going to be executed in a multi-threaded mode. So over here, you have a simple GUI. You can choose the number of workers with a slider, and also over here, you can select the number of threads. So so I have all the URLs for these data sets stored in a TXT file, and I will first load all the packages that I need. I will need distributed for parallel computing, CSV for data loading, data frames for simple data manipulation here. You can do complicated, more extensive data manipulation, but I'll be focusing only on simple stuff here. And then plots, we'll see how we can make a plot and get it on Julia Run. And also I'll run the online stats and parallel k-means here. So since you will be each worker will be taking care of reading your data in, you will have to send all of your libraries, all of the packages to each worker with that everywhere macro. And then we define a small function over here, which is going to read each file. So it splits the file name. It reads it uses the CSV library to read the CSV file in multi-threaded mode. It passes it to data frame and it does a quick summary of each data frame. And this one also should be wrapped in that macro, the at everywhere macro. And then you can call the pmap method. You can pass the function name over here, and also then the list of the URLs. So this pmap method is just like your regular vanilla map function, where you take a function and map it on a list of inputs. So pmap works in the same way, and in this will give you an array of data frames from each worker, and then we just concatenate it over here. So this will be the final data frame that will contain results from all of these files here. And now we can do some simple transformation with data frames. So I have the mean normalization function defined over here. I have that everywhere macro which sends it to all the workers. And since it takes two methods, the data name, we'll have to also send the column names. So okay, so which is why you'd need an anonymous function over here to pass the column names. And the normalization is done in place over here, which is why I don't have any concatenation or anything going on here. So this will do a simple transformation of your data set. And once you have that, you can create your feature metrics and your label, a list of labels. So I'm taking three columns, the open, high, and low, and I'm going to build a simple regression model to predict the close prices. So you can create a feature matrix with the matrix method, and take all the rows and select only three columns. And for the y, the target value would be the close prices. And I'm converting it to an array of float values. So this, then we pass it to the linear regression method from online stats. So so this prox method gives you over here. We are using a GUI to set the number of workers. So when it is being run, the prox method will tell the merge function how many workers are being run, and the fit method will distribute all the data over all these workers and create a linear regression model. So this will be saved in your variable. And similarly, you can also create a parallel k-means. So I'm running a clustering over all the columns, and this one over here I'm creating just three clusters. So JuliaRun will also let you create plots, and you can view them over here in this dashboard itself. So you just have to save your figures and also pass it to an environment variable. So I have selected the number of workers and number of threads over here. Now I'll just have to click on submit. So it will spin up these many workers, and each worker with these many CPUs. And so it got submitted now. So now it's running in the back end. And so in the interest of time, I had already executed another the same program before, and I have the results over here. So you have four options over here. You can download the source script that you ran. You have a logs window that will let you view the progress of your computation. So it'll show you progress of all the packages that are being installed, the workers that are being started, and yeah, you can also print out any if you want to examine any variable, you can print it out and it'll show up over here. And the scatter plot that we were talking about, that will show up in the results section. So this is the simple k-means 3 cluster scatter plot that we made. Yeah, so this is it. This is the basic workflow on Julia Run. So if you have questions on this, I'll take